internet people. How are you doing? It's good to see you here. Hi YouTube people, hello Spotify people, wherever you're watching or listening to this. So here's a close-up soft-spoken ramble for you for your relaxation. If you're feeling tired, overworked, anxious, lonely, depressed, or you just want to feel the ASMR tingles, as they're called, this is the close-up soft-spoken video for you. Now I'm going to ramble about really random things in this. So the first topic is, have you seen Pluribus? Pluribus? So I've been watching Pluribus and I had no idea it was a thing until my partner put it on. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's so good. It's sci-fi. And it's from the creators of Breaking Bad. And I just think the concept of it is so unique. It's really good. I don't really want to spoil it for you because it's so unique. I've not seen anything like it recently or ever. So Google says the word pluribus. Pluribus comes from Latin and it means many or from many. And it is most famously known from the phrase e pluribus unum, out of many, one. Apparently, the phrase was once considered the unofficial motto of the United States before In God We Trust became official in 1956. So there's a bit of trivia for you there. So yeah, let me know if you're watching it and if you're enjoying it. I also recently watched the Chris Eubank Jr. documentary. So if you're not familiar with Chris Eubank or Chris Eubank Jr., they are famous British professional boxers. And Chris Eubank has a very strong and colourful personality. But I was more interested in the relationship between Chris Eubank and Chris Eubank Jr. It looks as though Chris Eubank Jr. had to take a bit of a break away from his father, and Chris Eubank was quite overbearing and very strict. I think there's actually a fight tonight, and I'm recording this on Saturday the 15th of November 2025 between Chris Eubank Jr. and Ben. I've forgotten the first name. Oh, what's his name? Anyway, yeah. Oh no, I think it's Connor Ben, yeah, Chris Eubank Jr. and Connor Ben, biggest fights of 2025. I actually don't watch the boxing, but I just think they're very two interesting characters, Chris Eubank and Chris Eubank Jr. And it makes you think, like, being a strict parent, does that pay off, or does it kind of do the opposite with your children? I think, some form of discipline is good. I think consistency and love, but being too strict, I think, can, obviously be a detriment in this case to a relationship. And they famously live in Brighton, which I think is cool. Brighton is such a cool place, isn't it? Have you ever been to Brighton before? Brighton is on the south coast of England. Anyway, let's do a check-in, shall we? So, it's coming to the end of the year. So as I look out the window, it's been a very foggy day with a little bit of drizzle. It's very grey and we haven't seen the sun today. Yeah, so there are some questions that we ask ourselves at the end and the beginning of the new year. Things like, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned this year, and in what ways have you grown or changed? What are the things that you're proud of this year in 2025? I think we should all be proud of getting through the year. Life is hard. And even if you feel like you haven't achieved anything this year, who says you need to achieve anything? Finding joy, contentment and comfort in the little things in life, I think, is key. And balance. That's why I named myself RebalanceASMR, because I think balance is everything. Balance is everything. So I took a really long walk this afternoon because I need to move, because as you are aware, I am pregnant and I need to move my body. And I walked in the park and all the leaves are on the ground, the trees are still shedding their leaves. And I was just enjoying being disconnected from my phone, from music, from everything. And just enjoying looking at the deep colours. I love the autumn colours, they're very much my colours, so I love looking at the oranges and the golden yellows. And I just think being around some kind of nature is so important for your mental health, isn't it? Even if it's just a little square of trees and a bench can really kind of help you relax and lift your mood and put you in that state of mind. So where do you live? Do you live in a concrete jungle? Or are you more of a country dweller? I find it really interesting actually. So there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I could never live in London. It's too overwhelming. It's too fast paced. But I am the opposite. So I'm like, oh, I could never live out in the sticks. I could never live in the countryside. I need to be around things that are happening and people constantly. Isn't that interesting? But I do see how London can be completely overwhelming for people. I really do. It is fast paced. But London is green as well. You can find many areas, many parks, many squares where you can take a little walk in nature. And you can also get the train into the countryside pretty easily. So thank you for being here But I must say I'm not allowed to whiten my teeth being pregnant, so my teeth are getting really yellow. Yellow. So I'm worrying about that, but it's fine. I'm still going to be drinking brown drinks anyway, so yeah. But yeah, comment if you feel comfortable enough. Comment like what little things in your day-to-day life brings you that contentment or joy or happiness. It could be tidying and cleaning. At the end of that, I don't think anyone regrets doing that. And as you sit down on your couch or your chair or your bed, you look around and everything's in its right place and it feels so calming. That's a good feeling, isn't it? Also going into the charity shops and flicking through books and buying a book from a charity shop. I love doing that. That brings me so much joy. I can't guarantee I'll read it right away because I have loads of books in the queue. I really did enjoy the Gary Stevenson book. I really did. I read that in like the space of a week, I think, which is super fast for me at the moment.